Hello everyone, this is Rob from Star. So today I'm going to introduce some features, functions for each series products. Let's see what it includes. So for the contents, there are three important parts. The first one is preview card setting, and the second one is backup setting. The last one is firmware upgrade. Let's dive into preview card setting first. So for preview card setting, it includes hardware setting and the software setting. So firstly, we are going to finish the hardware setting first. So what should we do is, firstly, for each series card, it has a preview card for you to monitor the inputs and outputs on a computer or a PC. And it has HDMI 1.3 connector for you to connect the monitor to check the video inputs and outputs. And also, you can try to connect the Ethernet outputs to a switch, and then you can check the video outputs and inputs on the web page. So for this connection, you have to connect the Ethernet ports from the preview card to the same switch of the control card. So I believe if you use from H series products, you will need to use the control card to connect the PC, and then you can use the web page to control everything. So at this point, you have to use the same switch for preview card and the control card. So now let's see what should we do on the software setting. So currently only the Ethernet port 1 can be used, and the IP address should be in the same network segment with each product address, which means so you are using same switch for the preview card and the control card, and they are in the same network segment. So after you fill in the IP address, the next one you need to fill in the URL. So actually for this interface, and the URL will be filled up automatically. The format is WS / and the IP address, and finally it's a port number. So when you open this interface, the URL actually is filled in, and only you need to do is to copy the Ethernet port 1 IP address to the URL blank. So actually we always use 8081 as port number, and for the screen monitor URL is port number is 8082. So it's fixed. The next topic is backup. So for each series backup setting, we can do the backup within one controller, and also we can do the backup between. We can do the backup by two devices. So for backup setting, we are going to do the configuration in NovaLCT. This is the first step. So in NovaLCT, if you are using one sending card to do the Ethernet port backup, it's very straightforward and it is same as other products. You have your primary device number and the backup device port number. So here is two devices are same, they are number one, and then you need to fill in the primary Ethernet port and the backup Ethernet port. So just set the primary port and the backup port as your actual connection, and finally click send. That's all. It's very straightforward, and it's same with other normal NOAA sending card setting. And also you can use a smart LCT. When you use smart LCT, the steps is first you click hot backup and then click the sending card. Here is each product, so you add this one, and then here is a backup icon. So it's same with NovaLCT. You need to put the backup port on the bottom line, and so here I use port number 9 to be the backup for port number 2. So just to set the backup relationship as actual Ethernet output. So that's all. Finally, you click save. So this is the backup setting within one sending card. Within one sending card. So you are using 16 outputs. Some are working as primary outputs, and some of the Ethernet ports are using as backup. So here is the introduction of backup setting for two sending cards. So you are using one sending card as backup and one sending card as primary device. And the first step is same with one sending card backup. So you have to fill in the backup port, backup sending card number and the primary sending card number, and then to set the relationship between the Ethernet outputs. And for this step, it's actually same with the one sending card backup setting. It's slightly different when you are using smart LCT. Is you need to add two sending cards to these covers, and then it's similar to the previous setting as one sending card backup. So you need to set up the backup relationship between Ethernet outputs. And also for backup setting, if you are using two different each product, one is primary, one is backup. For video signal, you can also do backup. So usually, if you are using a media server, you have to use HDMI splitter to divide the video signal to primary device and backup device. And okay, here is the difference with one card backup is you need to first you need two each products to send same mapping file. So here is COM99. When you are using two each products, there would be two IP address here. So you need to use two different each products to send same mapping file. It is in screen connection. And you also need to cite the two products as primary or backup relationship in NovaLCT. So one is the primary, one works as backup. You have to click the selection for two each product. And finally, you have to enable device backup in web control interface. And for the configuration or programming or layers setting, they have to be same. So which means you need to put same video signal or same layer setting in two different products. So you need to open two products, two each products web control interface to do the same configuration. So actually, you need to do twice. And please remember, two each products need to enable device backup in web control interface. So this is actually all the configuration for backup setting. So let's review this part again. So for backup setting, we have two solutions. One is we are going to use one sending card to do backup. It means we have 16 output ports and we use some output ports work as primary and some output ports work as backup. And the configuration you need to do is only in NovaLCT software or Smart LCT. And the process is same as the other Nova sending cards, which is you need to set up the relationship between primary output ports and the backup output ports. So it's very straightforward. And the steps is first click add, second set primary port number and backup port number, and then you click send. That's all. And for Smart LCT, the steps is click cloud backup first and click each products to add the sending card to the canvas and set up the backup relationship between output ports within one sending card, and finally click save. So this is for one sending card backup setting. And also we have solutions for two sending cards backup setting, and you can also do video signal backup. And the first step is same with one sending card backup is you have to set up the relationship between output ports in NovaLCT or Smart LCT. And for video signal, if you are using a processor or video server to provide video signal, you have to use a signal splitter to divide the signal to two each product. And then here is the important thing, which is different from one sending card backup, is you need to set up the primary, and you need to click to enable set as primary setup as backup for two each products. And remember, you also need to send to each product's mapping file in screen configuration. So they have to have same mapping. And then for web control interface, all the configuration programming and layer setting have to be same. And remember to enable the device backup in web control. And yes, enable device backup in settings and other. Here is a selection, enable device backup. So that's all of the backup configuration. And the last function is firmware upgrade. For firmware upgrade, you need to download the firmware package first to your computer. And what we should do is click setting first and browse the firmware from your local folder. And then if you want to, please pay attention here, if you want to upgrade specific components, you can select advanced. So if you click advanced, it will show all the components here for you to upgrade. Like if you want to upgrade input cards, just input cards, no others, you can, what you need to do is click advanced and click the input cards here. So you will just upgrade the input cards. And if you want to upgrade all the components, you just need to click update all. So what advanced do is for customer to upgrade specific components. If you don't want to click the specific one, you want just upgrade all the components, you don't need to click this selection. So this is very straightforward, I think. And for the firmware upgrade, the firmware package is zip file, so you don't need to depress the firmware, the file package. Just download from Novastar official website and browse it. Also, we have the latest firmware for customer in www.novastar.tech. So if you want to check the latest firmware, you can check from Novastar official website. And currently, the latest firmware is 1.4.00 STD. So if you meet any problems, you can also try to upgrade the firmware to the latest one first. Okay, that's all for today's training. And if you have any questions, please leave your questions in the chat window, and we will answer all the questions here. So let me say one thing again is for the update file, it does not to be decompression. It doesn't need to be uncompression. You just browse the original file from the Nova Star official website. That's okay. It doesn't to be on compression. Okay. Nelson.
Okay, thank you, Rob. And it's a very nice presentation. And so guys, do you have any questions? You can leave the questions in the chatting area, and Rob will reply you the questions. Did you guys have any questions? You can leave the question in our chatting area. Mr. Guy and Mr. Warren. Okay, so thanks for coming, and today's presentation and all training will be end here. So thank you for your guys joining us, and I hope you have a nice day. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.